First at 11, election 2020, and the vote counting continues. President Trump repeating false claims about the process, and Joe Biden calling for calm as we wait for a winner. There are no changes to the CBS News electoral vote count from this time last night. Biden 253, Trump 213, 270, of course, are needed to win election. Good evening, I'm Elliot Rodriguez.
I'm Lauren Pastrana. Tonight, the president again claimed Democrats are trying to steal the election, but he provided no evidence.
His allegation comes as the slow, steady, and legal ballot counting process continues in 5 toss-up states. Let's get right to CBS 4's Natalie Brand, live in Washington with the late developments. Natalie?
And Elliot, Lauren, as the counting continues, this race is tightening in some of these key battleground states. In Georgia, for instance, as of this hour, the margin is now down to less than 2,000 votes. And tonight, as you mentioned, the president is stepping up his attacks and trying to cast doubt on the election process.
In his first address since election night, the president took no questions, but again made false claims about mail-in ballots, and he alleged voter fraud without giving evidence.
If you count the legal votes, I easily win. If you count the illegal votes, they can try to steal the election from us.
The president referenced battleground states where his lead has narrowed, including Georgia and Pennsylvania.
It's very close in Pennsylvania, right? There's no question. And so that means it's going to take longer to actually see who the winner is. We have very strong processes in place that make sure that voting integrity and security are constantly followed by every county in the state.
Election officials from coast to coast are defending the integrity of the vote counting process, even as the Trump campaign presses forward with legal challenges.
We are not aware of any improper ballots that are being processed.
As the vote counting continues, the focus remains on several key states that remain razor thin. Democratic challenger Joe Biden called a news conference earlier to call for every vote to be counted, but expressed continued confidence in the eventual outcome.
We have no doubt that when the count is finished, Senator Harris and I will be declared the winners.
A Biden campaign official called the president's comments Thursday night desperate and baseless.
Now, I asked Florida's Republican senators about the president's comments tonight, their offices for a response, and they did not address the president's comments specifically, but Senator Marco Rubio did tweet out a statement about the general process, saying if a candidate believes the state is violating election laws, they have a right to challenge it in court. Meanwhile, Senator Scott tweeted about fundraising for the president's legal defense fund, and that was an appeal also made by Governor DeSantis in an interview on Fox News tonight. Live in Washington, I'm Natalie Brand, CBS 4 News Tonight.
Natalie, thank you very much. Of course, our coverage of the vote counting continues on CBSMiami.com, and we'll have overnight developments on CBS 4 this morning beginning at 4:30 a.m.